Hey, everybody, welcome to Rich Dickman Show. Randy, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Yeah. People release that. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Well, and then I'm like audio autistic, so if somebody's chewing gum or breathing weird or vaping's one that drives me crazy because I vape.
Oh, you're gonna love
all
me
the time, and I just mute every time. But there's a lot of people that I just want to grab them and be like, "Shut the fuck up." Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm ready to mute whenever I vape, so I don't drive Flo crazy.
Randy, I haven't talked to you in several days. Where you been, man?
Dude, it's just so fucking busy all the time. Like,
stop that.
I don't know what's happening. Like, yesterday we were busy. We went to, like, I tried to go get a haircut yesterday and they were busy, so I couldn't get one. So I had to come back today. Today I went to work early. What?
No, you should move out this way and we can open up a dispensary together. Because we're going legal July 1st, baby.
July 1st?
Yeah. We won't be, there's no sales until next spring, but that's plenty of time to get our business affairs in order. So you and Kristen pack up, get the hell out of Ohio.
I bet my cousin will fund it.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Talk to him.
Yeah, he does commercial loans.
Yeah.
So we want to incorporate in Delaware.
Wherever. I'm a idea. Oh my God.
Look at that.
We have an accountant. We got the money guy. You know, this is going to be great. The Rich Stickman pot dispensary is fucking fantastic.
Can I smoke all the profit? That's all I ask.
You can smoke your part of the profit.
No, all of it.
No. We got people to pay, Randy. If Icarus can be our accountant, she needs to get paid. Yeah.
Yo, what Randy, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. What happened on NFHC was probably some of the best shit in a while. You don't ever need to be embarrassed for things of that nature.
You know, Joe had me seek out the guy who got really high on edibles with Joey Diaz. I forget his name. And
Bert Kreischer, maybe?
Yeah,
Lee Zayat.
Yeah, you were right, man. He was pretty out there. Like, that was pretty funny. So, but as far as that episode of NFHC, like, I just, you know, I don't like not remembering shit. So that's my only real regret and what I'm trying to avoid.
It took the Rich Dickman Show to give them some of their best episodes ever. So that's it. All right.
It really did. I mean, what can you say? Randy is a fucking national treasure. Don't you ever let him go. I kind of want to steal him from you, to be honest. Take him away from all this abuse.
I mean, you could borrow him, but
I'm used to the abuse.
Yeah, borrow him. All right, you guys ready to go?
I mean, kidnap a whole nine. Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? All right.
I've been ready.
Yes, sir.
I got the
my
intro.
Dad told me he would come to get me. He ain't show.
Did he die?
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Flo, we're just going to flow with it. Let's do it.
Get into that fucking flow state, boy.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 165 of the Rich Dickman Show podcast. That's slightly better than mediocre. Randy, I found out that I just talk a little bit louder. It comes out fine. Maybe I'll just keep doing it this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But on my end,
let's do it.
Whenever you do that, okay.
Okay, what?
On my end, it's hard to hear you, buddy.
I understand.
Whenever the song's going
in the live cut, absolutely, it's hard to hear because the Discord screws all the sounds up. But it sounds good when post production, so it's fine. Hey, I am Rem. I am once again back at you in those ears, sliding down the ear canals. This is my thing now. I'm going to talk about your ear canals because I think they're sexy. And I am here tonight with episode 165 of the Rich Dickman Show podcast. Is slightly better than mediocre. And I am with my good friend Randy, who I haven't heard from in, I don't know, what's it been? 6 days now, Randy? I get maybe a hello.
I've been busy, man.
Yeah, busy, yeah.
Like I got a haircut today. I went to work early so I could go see my friend and show off my mighty vaporizer.
Randy.
Stores and Bickles. You can get it at storesandbickles.com. It's a wonderful vaporizer. Yeah, so I spent about an hour there and saw his like kids and it's just been busy. There's been other people that I've had to see, man. Just
tell me that I need to delete all the episodes you've been on because your HR lady got pissed that you're on the show. All right, and then I'll understand. I'll get it.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's easy. It's really easy. Yeah.
My HR lady probably would get pissed if she heard the show. So
yeah.
She sent an email about workplace professionalism today.
Oh, perfect.
And I was like, I wonder who started some shit. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we don't use your real name on the podcast. So tonight we have two guests with us. All right. We have good friends of the show. We've got from On the Low with Flo and Joe. It's Flo and Joe, Flo Euphoria and Joe Schmoe. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight at the Rich Dickman Show.
What's up, man? 165 is about to be the littest episode ever.
Lit AF. I love it. Yes, sir.
So when you said On the Low with Flo and Joe, I just want to point out that was not intentional. I ended up starting that show with a guy named Envy, and then Joe came along like a fucking gift from God.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
So we just got it. Just rhymes. So.
Yes. And frequent voicemailer, Joe Schmoe. Joe, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. If there's one thing you can do in life, it's to find your friends. So I was just happy to, meet Flo, and then he gave me the gift of this show, which has been thoroughly entertaining for my week at work normally. Oh. So thank you to both of you guys.
Thank you. How often do you listen? Like 3 times a week, the same episode, just so you memorize it? Are you that type of fan?
No, I do use. I listen to you guys Saturday. I squeeze in Who Gives a Shit afterwards, and then Mondays. So Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday afternoon is Raging Dissonant, and then everything else is just automotive content when I can.
I gotcha. So I was just on On the Low with you guys just right before we recorded this. I had a lot of fun, and then I had a thought because we were talking a lot about my past, right? In 2012, 2014, I did another podcast. And back then, all the rage was podcast networks, right? Even we were part of a podcast network, a bunch of podcasts in the same network, but like, what the fuck? Nothing ever happened. And I'm just thinking, man, if it was still back in 2013, Randy, it would be so much fun to have a podcast network like with us and then Flo and Joe and Who Gives a Shit, and then like not do anything with it or at all. Totally forget about it in 6 months, but it would be fun while it lasted.
Just make sure there's enough evidence for us to all get fired at some point out there somewhere.
I think
we have to have enough.
A huge fucking.
I think Blair White. Yeah, I think Blair White talked a little bit about this whenever she got out of her contract, that she was in one of those about those media conglomerates where they just act as agents. And I think after she released her contract, it was something like they were taking 40 to 50% of her profits. And that was including ticket sales for meets, the YouTube AdSense, anything that she got off of YouTube, which included some of these sponsorships she had on Instagram. Like, they just took everything they had their little hands in. And she was like, this is legitimately why I was like, at one point she was booking meets and they weren't letting her go unless they had so many tickets sold. So like if she only sold like,
Randy, we got to start
meet 100 fans, they were like, oh, you're not going out there. We have to hold it so those people really want to meet you at the next one so we can book more people. It's insane.
You know what? As shitty as that is, That sounds awesome. Be like, hey, Flo, I know you set up a meeting in Georgia, a meet and greet with fans, but you can't go. You didn't sell enough tickets, so we're gonna keep that money. I wonder if, and you can go next time.
Yeah, I wonder if they use that as just like a marketing thing to hype up the next, convention or whatever, because that's where a lot of these internet personality people that, are, quote unquote mainstream. I mean, we're talking about Blair White here. Give me a break. But they make a lot of money from the meet and greets, and they sell merch at conventions and sell their signatures and stuff like that. So
do wrestlers. Like, everybody's a carny at the end of the day.
Well, you gotta be.
Oh man, and like comic book people, actors, like the guy from Walking Dead with the crossbow,
Norman Reedus.
I think he gets Norman Reedus. I think he gets like $100,000 per like weekend or whatever.
Man,
did you see how much Braun Strowman's charging, Rim?
Was it like $10,000? Is that what he's getting? I saw
$20,000.
$20,000 in first class and like first hotels and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts. That guy's. Because he doesn't want to do it. That's why. So if he's going to do it, he's going to do what he wants. Yeah. I remember we used to go to Connecticut, and they would have the celebrities come do for autographs and stuff, right? And Marina Sirtis from Star Trek Next Generation, she was there once. And it was like, I don't know, it was like $50 to get her autograph. And they had dudes standing all around her, so you couldn't take a picture of her from the line. The only place you could take a picture of Marina Sirtis was right there when you paid to have your picture taken. Crazy.
Dang, I wonder how much those jabronis got paid just to stand there as like a human shield.
Yeah, right? That sounds like a good gig. Randy, you should look into that. You're a big dude. You could block people from taking pictures.
Yeah. That was just operational security. Did she have any assassination attempts recently?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
I think Rim would appreciate this.
Man,
I got to meet, what was her name that was in Barbed Wire in the 90s? Was that Pam Anderson?
Pam Anderson.
Yeah, I got to meet her, and I got a poster signed as a kid. My dad drugged me there. They booked her at like the Georgia Automotive Convention. So as they were, unveiling the new Corvettes and Mustangs and all this shit, they had her there. So of course they knew their peak demographic was boomers who loved pink tits. So I think I got some posters signed. I'm assuming he bought it. But like, I got my picture taken with her when I was like young, like 8 or 9, and I got a poster signed. My mom lost her fucking shit when she saw the poster of some huge leather-clad dominatrix with a signature on it, with me coming home with it. But like, there's no telling how much they paid her to go there. Is what I was getting at. I was like, like after the movie Barbed Wire came out, they had to pay her 10, 20, 30 grand. Because her name was worth something back then.
Yeah, is that? I can't remember the time. I think Barbed Wire was 95. But now is that right around when she married Tommy Lee? Because all reports is like she became very difficult and very expensive after she married Tommy Lee.
She married Tommy Lee afterwards, right? Because after that was the sex tape because that was way before Paris Hilton's sex tape, so that had to be, mid.
She was the first,
90s, yeah. Because that's when he honked the horn with his cock.
Yeah. Honk, honk.
Do you guys know Theo Von, the comedian?
I know the name. I can't say I've heard of stand-up. Or
negative.
Also known as the Rat King. He's very hilarious. If you go on YouTube and just look for like a Theo Von Funniest Moments compilation, straight gold. But he, on his podcast called This Past Weekend, had auctioneers on. I think it was like a father and son, and they were talking about how at these auto auctions, they used to give out free beer, and they'd have Hooters girls come and serve wings, and they'd get these people all sauced up, and then they'd spend all their money.
See, Randy, those are promotions we got to look into when we open up our dispensary here in Connecticut. But speaking of merch. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But go to richdickman.com for all of your Rich Dickman needs, and we got all the links there. The episodes are there. They're also on YouTube, and a few more were added to the podcast feed, so you can check those out. But click the merchandise tab, and you can see the shirts. So we have, get the Eat the Rich t-shirt from Amazon. Search Amazon, or click through the link, and plus our video content. Thank you to the lovely, the beautiful Sarah Starr for coming on last week. You can find her non-porno porn right there on the website as well. All right. We can get into the show proper. Randy Banders,
Yes, sir.
How you doing? What's
Randers,
new?
Banders.
What's going on, man? What's the Randy update?
I'm high as shit.
Okay.
I had an interesting day.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You calm down, sir.
Oh.
Tell me to go.
Did you max sauce?
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it's
so
not outside of Rem's character to be like, hurry up, Randy, give us the gold.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Take
true.
Us to your magic leaves.
You know how I feel about the silence, Randy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just kind of trying to sit with it because I want the next things to come out of my mouth to be right.
Yeah.
So
that sounds heavy, dude.
Yeah. Do you want to write it down and we'll come back to you?
No, I think I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm pissed at Kristen. She bought me a fucking Apple Watch for Father's Day.
Oh,
and that's too extravagant. So, yeah, so that's how my day's going. And this, like, I was all ready for the show. I had some stories ready. This happened, right before I took my nap before the show. And so, like, it kind of reset everything because now I got to feel really good about how awesome my girlfriend is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the adult in me is like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's real conflicted. So that kind of ruined, all the stuff that I had to say. And I apologize. I yield the rest of my time to the floor.
Randy, listen here and listen good. You are worth it, son. At least an Apple Watch. You should get 2 Apple Watches, one for each wrist, 2 different numbers, like some kind of high-profile drug dealer.
I could text it twice.
Oh.
Yeah, you could tell
then
people.
I would answer more, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Wait a second. This is a great...
coverage.
Kristen just got you the greatest Father's Day present for me ever, because now you have no excuse, right? Like, I text you and it's just going to show up on your watch. You're stuck now. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. It's a wonderful Father's Day present that you got me. Randy now has to respond. So
I'm sure she did it for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure whenever she bought it, it's the Nike version, Series 6.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, Siri just popped up on it.
Because you said Siri.
She didn't get that.
Again?
No. Hey, Siri, did you get that?
Hey, Siri, can you say fuck?
I won't respond to that.
She won't respond to that.
You picked the Australian version, too. A man of
It's
culture.
brand new, out of the box. It's, I just go with the default flow. It's intuitive. It's better than Android, that's for goddamn sure. And I'm glad that Ray of Sunshine's not here to defend them, because, fuck Android. They don't give security updates. I mean, they don't give security updates after 2 years. Apple supports their devices for like 5 to 6 years. You get so much more value out of Apple.
Android is only cool if it's like 2014 and you figured out a way to play PlayStation 1 games on it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'll give you that.
Like pirate box.
Android is Android. If you want to have time, the time of your life, setting your phone up exactly how you want it, Android's great for you. But if you just want a phone that works and you don't have to fuck around, that's Apple. So that's I don't know why we're talking about this.
That's the best description
but Apple's
I've heard of
evil
those two
company.
companies to date. Right there, that's the best description.
Yeah. Well, I've used them both. Like I started out with the Motorola Droid because I was on Verizon, and that's, they didn't have the iPhone. So the Motorola Droid, and I went through several of those that in the smartphone, because I upgrade about every 2 years.
A cell phone service just being like, sorry, no iPhones.
Well, it was exclusive with AT&T.
Yeah, then they branched out to Sprint, and then they finally released it to everybody. I remember that. That was weird. It was the iPhone, was it 4 or 5 that was only exclusive to AT&T? Or maybe it was a 3.
Oh, I didn't even know that, dude.
Yeah, there was a period of time where only AT&T was able to give you the new iPhone. Maybe it was a 6. I don't remember, because I had an iPhone 4 and I had Verizon. So, anyways,
that's even crazier. Imagine that today. Like, you can only get an iPhone if you go through T-Mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine the fits that people would throw over that, especially now when everybody's all fucking crybaby about shit? So, Flo, Euphoria, Joe Schmoe. Thank you, Randy. We're going to learn more about you tonight if you want to offer, but I want to, we have guests, and they have content. Right, and I want to know about it. Flo, I've been on both of your shows. I've been on Fuck Around Tuesday, which is my favorite name ever, and my second favorite name ever is On the Low with Flo and Joe. So tell the Rich Dickman Show audience, tell me about your show, tell me what you guys do, and you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what I want to know, Flo and Joe, is I want to know how you guys met. That's right. I want the origin story.
Well, it's actually a pretty crazy story, and we haven't really told it on any other shows, so you'll get the hot deets. In like year 2030 or whatever, after Joe and I can only do our show from our private jets, and we've become super popular. This will be the resource that everybody uses to find out the origin story of,
and also banned
at that
everywhere.
time will be the modern day Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan experience. It's going to be the Flow Show, baby, all day.
Mm-hmm.
But so I decided to start this show. I can't remember why. I mean, mostly I wanted to have experiences like this where I could talk to people, and I had a platform of my own that I could invite them on. I've always been interested in interesting people. I like to, even if I meet someone, like, for instance, today I met a guy and he's like, "Isn't that a bank down there?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, my homeboy robbed that one time." And I go, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he robbed it." And I go, "Well, did he get away?" And he goes, "Yeah, he got away. But then his hoe told on him." And I was like, "What?" So just crazy stories like that when I come across people. And then the internet, is so expansive. I'll see people go on other people's shows, and I'm just wishing they would ask a specific question, or they would, take it from a different perspective or angle, and they don't. So I was like, okay, I should just start some shit where I can do this however I want.
Yeah.
Because you hear people say, "Oh, if you think you can do better, do it yourself." And I was like, well, shit, let me go ahead and try.
Build your own Twitter.
And honestly, it's been a fucking blast. But as far as how Joe and I met, it's one of those things I just got to thank God for, honestly, because he was a random dude on Twitter, and Joe is a modern day god when it comes to new YouTube content that has no views, that gets kicked out of the algorithm, that's shadow banned, everything. So somehow he found the pilot episode and episode 1 of the show, which I was doing with a British guy named Envy. He was super interesting, and we had like similar views on what we thought would be worth talking about and stuff.
Right.
So he ended up, him being in the UK, the timing thing was really weird for him. So he ended up having to bow out after the first episode, which, he had done like essentially 3 before then. And Joe commented on the YouTube. He was like, "I can't wait." Or he did something like commenting here before this blows up. And I was like, oh, what a nice guy. And I found him on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, you want to be the fucking co-host, bro?" And that's about it.
Oh, nice.
Joe, how did you find this shit? What were you doing?
I don't remember, because I've thought about this. I don't remember how I found that link, because there was no one linking us. We both knew. No, I take that back. I think we both knew the Killstream accounts on Twitter, and we just were in similar threads, and like we were commenting and talking, around the same time as something was live on air. And then I think I just added you as a friend or something like that. And I'm like, oh, someone else that is in this community has a podcast. And it wasn't, something that was like super overproduced or like super grimy, and it just sounded like shit, because I can't stand that. So I listened to it, I liked it, and I just commented like, "Hey, keep up the good work." It's kind of like what I do with.
Sounds like NFHC, am I right? Sorry.
But I think that's all it was. It was just like, there's someone that was new, and I was like, "Hey, I like your podcast, keep up the good work." But then, see, separately, which the reason I got that I accepted the offer was like 3 months prior. Me and my really good friend were talking, and we're like, we should do a podcast. And we're like, well, we could only do it like once, maybe twice a week. It would have to be very specific times because me and him work similar hours. And I was like, well, I guess I could do the tech stuff, and then you could do the audio and the content,
like marketing.
Yeah, and he was like, well, if you prep
content,
yeah, and it's similar to what I do with me and Flo, where I'll do a bunch of research and present, like 10 different topics that are already prepped, and say pick one of the 10. Each of them have 5 to 7 videos attached and 3 articles. And that was our idea, but we ended up not doing it just because of our schedule, and he's got, a bigger family, and it just didn't work out. Then, a little bit later, Flo asked me like, hey, I have an opening. Would you be interested in just guesting for a little bit? And I was like, that would be cool. Like, this kind of worked out. It's not the day that I wanted, but I'm like, I can shift my week around, and it worked out. And I don't know. It's just been a routine ever since, right?
The rest is history.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish I had somebody pull in a whole bunch of content and shit for me. I got to do everything, you guys. I gotta record the show. I got to edit the show. I got to do the research for the show. I got to make sure everybody's on time for the show. Randy, God damn it.
Yeah. The division of labor, labor over here at On the Low is pretty good. I do like all the networking and find guests and actually facilitate the stream, and then Joe does mostly the curation of content. I'd like to.
We both do the things that we're good at because I suck at the audio and he's autistic for
it. Oh, dude, so much. Yeah, it's bad.
Beautiful. Now
I've messaged you, Rem, right? Like, whose dog is barking, or like, why is somebody doing X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, that was professional podcaster Jay Maynard had his dog set in the background. Just barking the entire episode.
Oh, forever, for like 40 minutes. At least it stopped.
Yeah.
Usually, if it's not the whole episode, I'll be like, okay, at least they fixed it.
My favorite part about that episode, when he got up to go take care of the dogs, Ray of Sunshine and I start talking about how he's beating the dogs on camera.
Who's that?
That guy doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know that person.
No. So if someone's tuning in to On the Low.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. If someone's tuning into On the Low, what are they going to hear? What do you guys talk about? What's your show? What's your show about?
So the cool thing about our show, Fuck Around Tuesday is a open caller show. Literally anybody can call in and just kick it with us, talk about whatever. Sometimes we do games on there, things of that nature. And then Thursday is an interview show, and we've had Adam from Houston on, a guy named Bibble from a different sphere of the internet. Joe, who else have we had on that was not real high profile? We had a guy that's
Australian.
His fetish is Wonder Bread and deforestation. Are you guys Merlogic respecters in here?
Oh, I've heard of Merlogic.
Yeah, we had him on the show. It was a great.
That was one I was ecstatic for. I was like, "You got the Wonder Bread guy." I was like, "I don't even want to know how."
That's the Wonder. Yeah, that. Randy, this guy likes to have sex with Wonder Bread.
Oh wow!
Well, the way he tells
that's unexpected.
The first time he touched a boob, he thought, "Wow, this really feels like Wonder Bread," and it fused a synapse in his brain.
Wow!
To now where he spent his whole life commissioning artwork based around Wonder Bread, and
what's the number he spent? Did he say $1 million, or is it like 100,000?
Yeah, you can't really tell with him though. Like I asked him, if he took all of his commissions, how much storage would it be? And he's like thousands of terabytes. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. So
okay,
who can say?
Yeah, dude loves his Wonder Bread though. Randy.
Yeah. Have I ever told you about the time I almost became a bread man?
No, you haven't. So please do.
Oh, man. So I was getting kind of burnt out of the pizza game, and I wanted something with insurance. So one of my managers, he quit. Yeah. One of my managers, he quit recently and went to go work to be a bread man as an apprentice. And it was like $400 a week, which wasn't terrible to start. And you got insurance, and there's a union, all this stuff. So it's owned by Bimbo Bakeries, because they own like 92% of the fucking bread market.
Bimbo.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a huge conglomerate, but they use a local brand that's been there since like 1908, there in Huntington. So, anywho, I went there and I went on for 2 days. I rode with a guy to see what it was like to be a bread man. And you fill up your truck with bread at 3 or 4 in the morning, and you go and you deliver all of it until you're done. So it could be 2 p.m., could be 7 p.m., depending on what route you're on. And, but there was one guy who had the best route that had the Walmart in my hometown, and he made over $100,000 each year off that route. So yeah, but you had to have seniority to get that route. And he really unloaded at two stores, a Kroger and a Walmart. So
that's it.
Yep.
Wow.
That's how much bread those motherfuckers eat.
Bread is a weird fucking thing, man. You know, they started changing bread in the 1920s and changing like the grain structure that they use because it has a longer shelf life if you take 2/3 of the grain away and just use that and grind that into flour.
Wow.
So I guess they started changing the flour, which in turn changed the bread. And that's when like mental health just went off the rails.
And everybody got fat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maynard Keenan from Tool has talked a lot about how tomatoes have been like heirloom tomatoes versus the ones we have now, and the same thing with wheat and how it affects. I mean, just look at the macro of small yield crops of a family providing for their own versus a commercial property that's trying to make enough, hot dog buns for a whole city to deliver to Kroger. Like, you're obviously going to use the most filling content, which is led into why you have gluten allergies nowadays because of the branch chain has been changed.
Makes sense. Nobody seemed to give a fuck about gluten.
Yeah.
Just like 10 years ago, I think.
This shit's right up my alley.
And then all of a sudden it made your dick fly off.
Yeah. What?
Gluten will make your dick fly off. You never heard that?
Instant gluten penis syndrome.
No. What is
You're
that?
not familiar?
No. Someone needs to explain it to me.
It was a South Park episode.
Oh.
It was a South Park episode, like where they all started freaking out about gluten, and they were like, gluten will make your dick fly off, and then like Mr. Garrison's dick went because he ate like a sandwich. And they ended up going to the local Papa John's actually and eating all the toppings there. And, they were trying to keep their dicks. It was like a zombie invasion, kind of all around gluten.
I'm gonna pivot to heirloom tomatoes for a second, if I may. Joe, you brought these up. If you've never tried an heirloom tomato, ladies and gentlemen, please find one and do so because, my God, heirloom tomatoes are just the most amazing things. And yeah, they can be a little expensive at the Stew Leonard's or whatever, but it's totally worth it, especially if you like a tomato. They're ugly as hell, but that's what a tomato should look like. All right. And they're just delicious. They're so much different than the mass-produced tomatoes that you can buy, between the beef steak and the fucking Roma and all of the bullshit. I mean, it's all the same tomato, just different shapes, but an heirloom tomato is the most beautiful, delicious thing ever. And my dream, gentlemen, and I may have mentioned this before, but I would love to pack up my family, sell this house at a ridiculous profit right now because everything's insane. Maybe I'll sell it to BlackRock and they'll give me 30 to 40% more
Rates
for
are
it.
low, baby.
Yeah, and move out to the Midwest and have my own little farm and make my own food. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to do it. I swear to God. But just get the fuck out of this rat race.
Subsistence rem.
Yeah.
Join the Amish.
I would.
They'll help
Randy,
you out.
When I was in 5th grade, my mother and I did a Pennsylvania Dutch tour, right? And we spent some time down with the Amish people. And it's the most. I was like, you know what? Can we stay here? Because this is perfect. I love this. I love everything about this. They can't take pictures of them because you'll steal their souls. Beautiful.
As I walk through the valley and I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. So, and I'm gonna start getting into some of our stuff tonight, but I do want to say that Flo, you've called in a bunch of times. Thank you so much, and Joe, we've got live voicemail from you this week, right? You didn't need to call in because you're on the show, but I appreciate the hell out of you both,
man.
Calling in and leaving us voicemails and thoughts, and Joe does comments on the YouTube videos, which is great, makes me feel good. So thank you both for being a part of the show. I do appreciate it.
It's amazing. All right, it makes me feel good.
I didn't call in and leave a voicemail. I've had a crazy fucking week.
I can tell you the best
don't
part
worry, you're
about
not
my
alone.
voicemails when I hear them on the podcast is I'm so high when I leave the voicemail. I have no idea it's me for the first 3 seconds when I'm listening to your podcast. I'm like, hey, what's this guy talking about? Then I'm like, oh, fuck, that's me.
Hi, Bram. What's up, guys? So can you believe...
Yeah, well, here's something. So I got to talk about something here that happened to me this week. I've got 3 toilets in this house, okay, and I don't water my cats. My cats just drink out of the toilet.
Big flex.
Yeah, big flex.
Calm down with the flexing, dude.
Humble brag.
Wow.
That's right. Look at me with my 3 toilets. You don't get that in an apartment with a roommate. You get that in a house. You know who you are. But
wow, really?
They don't listen anyways. That's what we're doing now, though.
All right, I'll leave that voicemail for you, Rim. All right, I'll remind me to do that during our voicemail segment. You just got to give me the number.
I will. I'll text it to you. So we don't water the cats here. I have 3 cats and they just drink out of the toilet, right? So I typically leave the toilet seat up so the cats can jump in there and get their paws and drink their water and then they're done, right? I don't really put the toilet seat down. It's never been an issue. I have, me and my son and then my wife and my daughter, okay? So the other day, my wife comes out and she says, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. What's up? She's like, why don't you ever put the seat down? Well, since when have I had to put the seat down? You just grab a seat, put it down. It's like, well, yeah, I shouldn't have to do it. You have to put the seat down. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I leave it up so the cats don't get their paws all over the seat so you don't have to clean it before you sit down. Like I'm doing you a favor. It's like, no, it's this whole back and forth thing. So I gotta say, I've been with my wife for a very long time. All right. A very long time. And this is the first time since Randy was 5. Randy, what time you were born? Since Randy was 7, that we've ever had a discussion
90.
about toilet seats. Okay. I don't know where the hell that came from. Is this a thing, Randy? I mean, you live with a woman. Do you fight about leaving the toilet seat up? Yeah.
Well, no, I don't fight anymore. I just put the motherfucker. You know what I do out of spite is I close the whole fucking lid, and I'm like, there you go. That's
what I'm doing. Like the cats can dehydrate. I don't give a shit about them. I tell the kids all the time, take care of the cats. They're leaving. But like, man, Joe, Flo, I don't know. I think I know Joe's relationship status. I don't know Flo's, but do you guys get into arguments over the toilet seats at your homes?
He's on mute, so I'll say no. Yeah. But I grew up in a house full of girls as the only
so
guy.
Trained.
Yeah, I mean, I had my parents had their bathroom, and then there was the other bathroom for us on the other side of the house. So I don't know, I just always put the seat down, but even when I was fucking single, it's disturbing to me. I had a whole house to myself for 3 years at one point. And even then you're I'm just going to put the seat down because it looks weird. I don't want to see if your toilet, unless you bleach your toilet seat every single day, you're going to be it doesn't look right. If there's a little bit of water droplet somewhere, you're no, that's not, it's just a mental thing to me. I'm oh, it has to go down. And when you're in public, I'm in the routine of kicking it up with my boot and then putting it back down because you're I'm not gonna
with your boot.
I'm not gonna do it. It's disgusting. I'm not gonna, but I'm also not gonna be the guy that's just gonna leave it up. Even in public, I'll kick it with my shoe or something.
Huh? Okay. All right.
I leave it down mostly just because if I'm in some sort of some sort of state and I just go in there and have to kind of collapse, I just want to be prepared for that.
All right.
Previous versions of my mind are always looking out for future me. It's real. I'm always big ups to past Flo because he thought this shit out already.
You know what, Flo? That's a hell of a point. And that's, if I was still doing an advice podcast, that's something I would say. Plan for your future self because you'll thank yourself when you get there. Like, maybe I should just turn the dishwasher on now so I don't forget after I'm super drunk and stumbling through the house. That type of thing. It's great. Forethought. That's right.
I was just going to say hide drugs for yourself later on, but you could do that too. You could do the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. So, gentlemen,
that's where I store my assault weaponry.
Keep it.
No one ever suspects the dishwasher.
Yeah. So, did you tell me you were in California or on the West Coast? I don't remember where you are.
I'm actually, it's a mystery where I'm located. But yeah, I usually am on
Parts
the West
unknown.
Coast, so yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me.
I have my own little flow state, but everyone's invited.
Flow state.
But I put all my time. I'm usually operating on West Coast time, so a lot of my timestamps are in. But
okay. Now, have you? So Joe, you've surfed YouTube and done deep dives and found a whole bunch of stuff. Have either of you ever heard of this fucking asshole called Doomcock? Dictor von Doomcock?
Is the porn guy?
I haven't heard of Doomcock.
No, you would think he's a porn guy. He's not a porn guy. He's some asshole who puts on this homemade mask, so and modulates his voice and has this weird spacey green screen behind him and does all these like Disney, Star Wars rumors, right? And he hates Kathleen Kennedy and he hates the new Star Wars, and he gets all these views on his goddamn YouTube channel, just making up stuff. Because all the rumors I've ever heard in any of his videos, none of them have ever come true. Yet people still keep subscribing. People keep listening. Please tell me more.
People love a good storyteller, Rim.
Is it because
that's all he is doing is telling good stories.
He's got to play the algorithm.
People love to be conned,
right?
So yeah, I need to learn what that algorithm is because I don't get it. This whole thing with this. And then he gets on, gets on Twitter. I guess this is a very short version of the story since none of you know who he is. But apparently, a friend of his was on a podcast, and the hosts were insulting his fans, and then the friend didn't defend him. So Doomcock was all butthurt and crying about, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Why hasn't he apologized?" On and on and on. It's like, what the? Wait a second. I don't understand any of this. Like, you're some asshole making up stuff on your YouTube channel with a mask that looks like hell, and now you're upset. You're clearly lying to your fans, the fans that you claim to respect and love. You lie to them every time you make a video, and yet when this guy doesn't defend your fans, you're upset. I don't understand, and I need to understand better because these guys are far more successful than I am, and I feel if I could con people into buying my bullshit, Randy would be much better off and getting closer to starting our dispensary. Flo, Joe, you have any insight?
You need one of those. You should be a VTuber. You know what that is?
A Valheim YouTuber? Because I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could be a VTuber, a V squared tuber.
Yeah.
But essentially, you have like a little avatar that's mapped to your face. Do that and make up lies about, whomever.
Okay, I like that. I know who I'd make up lies about.
Yeah, just get it.
You could always hop in on QAnon, man. Yeah. Is Q still doing drops? You can interpret those.
There is a secret. Okay. There is the Q leader in Canada. I follow Canadian politics, but there's a lady who is the secret ruler of Canada. She's the secret queen, and she has aligned herself with the QAnon crowd. And I shit you not, she has like 20,000 followers. She's bringing in like $1,400 a month on her Patreon, and that's not even including the donations she gets per like Facebook Live that people send her and all that. But she gets $1,400 a month for Patreon that people are giving the Queen of Canada, that is also the Queen of QAnon. So if you could just get in with her, I mean, you could really hustle that thing. I mean, you could put Baked Alaska to shame.
Okay. All right. We talked about that on your show. Randy, this is something we need to look into. All right. We're getting in with it with the QAnon Queen of Canada. Wow, that's insane. Wait, when is QAnon saying Trump's going to take the presidency back? Is that coming up soon or what? I can't remember.
I don't know, but if you read the book Everything is Fucked, he has a guide on how to start a religion.
Oh, really?
That's all you need to do, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Or a political movement.
All right. I see. All right. I'm starting to figure out my next 6 months of life. Okay, Randy, we got big moves coming. We're going to start, excuse me, we're going to start as Valheim streamers. All right. And we're going to get, we're going to build our fan base through the Valheim community. All right. And then we're going to transition that into, to some QAnon, to some political cult movement type stuff. And it's going to be, we'll just make up rumors, and it's going to be, there's a secret king of fucking Block Island, and we'll contact him. I like this.
You guys could like review Hunter Biden's leaked pornos and stuff.
And once a month you read a Hunter email. You do like a email of the month, and then every Tuesday you start screaming, lock her up, and you start having these like Hillary Clinton for prison banners. It'll be great.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned Hunter Biden.
Yeah, I'll set all that out.
No, Randy, you're
like
part of this.
Some thin blue line apparel.
Yeah. You're a part of this, Randy. We're good. This is our ticket to big time. Okay. But Randy, you're wrapped up. I know the face you're making because you're super duper high right now, but you are in this. Okay. There's no getting out of this. All right. This is it. You mentioned
your eyes, bro. I just noticed.
he's that Megan, what's her name? Megan Rapinoe, the soccer player who just got outed.
The flow state, ladies and gentlemen.
The Hunter Biden thing is hilarious to me because when that first hit last year, Chris OC was convinced, oh, that's not real. There's no way that's real. You're just going to drop it off at a computer repair store. Turns out, it seems pretty real with his text messages and photos and all the other fucked up shit that was on it. Yeah, it's amazing how things weren't real. They suddenly are.
These people can't just do like rudimentary. Well, that's how you know he was just fucked up on drugs or something. He's like, I need this computer now, and he just dropped it off somewhere and then forgot about it. And I'm convinced, every time you get your computer repaired, they're snooping at least a little bit.
I would never give my computer to any of these. I know how computer guys are and what they can find real quick. No way, you're not getting in my shit. I had when Ray of Sunshine first joined the show, I had him do a team viewer into my things. I was having a problem with my computer, and he partitioned a bunch of stuff and did some stuff. And I'm thinking, holy shit, why am I letting this guy into my computer? He's gonna find everything. Oh
man, he was in there like a damn Indian hacker, dude.
Yeah, on
the team viewer.
And I'm pretty sure that's why I'm missing $50,000. But we'll figure that one out at some point.
Do you have to get him some gift cards or some Bitcoin?
I mean, fuck that. Yeah. I would just be like, here. The dick pics are in the third folder underneath System 32 next to the program files for flash drives. Just go ahead and see where all the dick pics are. They've been photoshopped. It's a little tip for you, buddy.
Huge folder.
Yeah.
Just a huge oversized folder on your desktop. Dick pics here.
Yeah.
It's a trap. You click on that, locks the computer up.
I like it. I keep my dick pics on my phone though, so they're portable. But anyways, let's get into some. You guys want to give some advice with me because I'm a professional advice giver.
So
based Randy.
Oh shit,
your head.
God
I would say, be careful. Respect Israel. That's a good advice.
That's all I'm saying.
All that Palestinian support disappeared real quick. That's interesting to me. Okay, do you guys want to give advice, or do you want to do Dick of the Week? What do you guys want to
do? Let's do Dick of the Week first.
Dick of the Week. All right.
If we can do that.
Yeah, sure. This is my show. We do whatever we want.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
All right. So this was submitted by Svensson. Hello, Svensson. Former number one fan. Now I think that's Joe. Joe might have beat him out for it. But
shit.
Yeah, he
moves.
He sent this article in. We only have one submission this week. HDNB was busy. But here's the headline. Head of world's largest family dies in India, leaving behind 39 wives and 94 children. A man believed to have the world's... Oh, this is from Yahoo News, by the way. A man believed to have the world's largest family, including 39 wives, 94 children, 33 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild, has died in the northeastern Indian state of Mizoram. Ziona Chana, 76, was the head of a polygamous Christian religious sect with 4,000 members, and his extended family all lived together in one 100-room, 4-storied mansion in the remote village of Baktwang Twangguam. The sect was founded by his father. Mr. Chana, a construction worker, developed a rota system for which of his wives would share his bed on any given night, with his remaining spouses sharing a dormitory nearby. I consider myself a lucky man.
I'm sorry, a what system?
A rota system. I don't know what that is.
Is that like a machine he built to keep track of this shit, or is that just like a spreadsheet,
like a rotation type system? You know, you get a rota. Maybe they forgot some words. Maybe rotation. Maybe like, you know, they drew numbers. At the beginning of the year, and then they rotated that way.
If only there were a device we could consult, like we could kind of like maybe like type it in on like a keyboard and like hit enter, and it would tell us.
Googling live is not key now.
Yeah, it doesn't come up, Randy. Okay, so the article fucked up. All right.
You either know or you speculate. But anyways, go ahead.
Speculation is more fun. Mr. Chana told the Daily Mirror in 2012, I consider myself a lucky man to be the husband of 39 women and head of the world's largest family. Now, are they all arguing about toilet seats? Because I wouldn't consider him lucky at all. But the polygamist married his first wife, Zathiangji, at the age of 17 and reportedly wedded 10 of his other wives in the space of 1 year. His last marriage came in 2004 to a 25-year-old woman. All right, so here we go. We got this guy. All right, he's got 39 wives, 94 children, and of course, he's part of a Christian religious sect. Gentlemen, you got any thoughts on this dude?
That's a bold move, Cotton,
Sounds
as
like
Adam from Houston would say. Bold move to try and get Christianity over in India. Like... That's a hard ask, and that's one way to try and do it.
Well, Christianity is actually fairly popular in India.
4,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like the north is Christian, the south is Muslim, something like that.
No, it's the Hindi. I don't know that much. I think Muslims over on the. I don't know.
Or a Hindu, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on India, but what I do know is because I used to work with a guy from India. He's a Christian. He was Christian, and it was fairly popular out there. Gets more popular for dudes when you can say, yeah, you can have 39 wives. That seems like a big pain in the ass to me, though. My God.
That's that's more than one a day every month before you have to rota. Before you have to do the rota.
Yeah. I think that you're really assuming there aren't a couple ugly ones in there where he had to marry the sister, but the dad was like, well, you can get the pretty one, but you got to take the ugly one with it. Then it's like, well, I don't want it. He's like, well, you're not getting daughter number 1. And he's like, fine, 2 cows for both of them, and we'll call it good. The dad's going to be like, throw in a chicken. And you're like, fine. So you do a cow and a chicken, you get the pretty one, and the ugly one you just don't sleep with, right?
Well, I think
cows for cows, baby. That's how we do it.
Based on that, you guys remember that reality show Sister Wives?
Yes.
God, my ex-wife loved that show. Yeah, she loved that show, and that guy seemed like he was not like he seemed frazzled all the time. So I don't think, and he only had like 3 or 4 at any given time. But he had one that was the worker bee, but she also had a lot of children. He had one that only had 1 kid, and then one who had like 9. So that's one way to do it.
There's a lot of kids, though, too. I mean...
Well, but you get enough of them, they start taking care of each other.
Right. You get your own little workforce.
And they work together.
Yep. Make sneakers and everything. Jesus.
iPhone parts. That's how they were so successful.
The old computer stuff to get the gold out of. Whatever it was. Yeah. Ray, I remember Sister Wives XXX really well. That was a porn parody video. Featuring Lisa Sparks and Samantha 38G. So that was fun.
Lord have mercy.
So I got to admit this. So I do know the name Lisa Sparks, but I got to ask someone who has a encyclopedic knowledge of actresses as a side note of sleeping with 39 women a month. So Rim, my question to you is, do you feel different coming across a video knowing that the porn actress had a drug overdose and or suicide?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, I mean, so that's acceptable. As long as you don't respond with, that is the only ones I like.
Yeah, I specifically seek those out, actually.
There is something interesting about finding it. But it's all just what's in front of me, bro.
I don't even know. I don't know like anything about these whores. I feel bad for them because that industry seems kind of like a meat grinder. But I don't know. You just have to be aware that people will take advantage of you. Because like when you talk to Sarah Starr, she seemed like everything was, she was having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays it's different now because women have more control over their careers. Back in the days, they were looking for a company to contract with or to work for, and they would treat them like shit. But now with the internet, they can produce their own content, they can run their own sites, and they can be their own boss. And if you got your head about you,
fuck off and do OnlyFans, and not have to deal with like contracts and health screenings and
Ron Jeremy,
all the weird shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
leave Ron Jeremy alone.
You were talking about when porn breaks the fourth wall on the last episode. I don't even know that I've ever seen that, but that would be hilarious.
Listen, we got to go back to the 90s, the greatest decade ever. And there was a series. See, porn started to change in the 90s, okay? Like right around 97, 98, 99, it got into more like gonzo type territory where, it's one camera and it's more like reality type stuff. And you can find a lot of that breaking the fourth wall type stuff in that type of porn. The one particular I was speaking about was an Annie Anderson gangbang where Ron Jeremy was like her pimp, right? So he brought her into this room with these dudes. And he's sitting there and he's got his dick in his hand and he's got the stupid Hawaiian shirt and his big belly out. And he's just like, see her over there? Yeah, we're going to take care of her tonight. Yeah. Like, I don't need that.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't need this at all, man. Like, stop it, please. I don't need to hear.
I just want the male actor to turn and be like, make sure the pornography that you're watching is ethical. Visit ethicalcumdumpster.org. Well, we'll make sure that all these ladies are taken care of.
Yeah.
All right, bud. That's all for now. And then he just goes back to like
back to work.
Some bitch's throat.
Let's get back to the action, and then right up his asshole, and whatever. So,
but you gotta have the American
if you
flag
really
in the background with like freedom of speech. The government's taking our rights away, and I can't believe I can't go to Chase Bank. You should write your senator, and you're like, look, sweetie. I hate to break it to you, but Walmart's hiring. Like, you may have chose this. That's my view, at least.
Is brought to you by the Toyota Tacoma with lane assist and radar technology.
Yeah,
the Toyota Tacoma will get you reliably from porno shoot to porno shoot every time.
There was a period in the 90s. Hey. Yeah, he took your spot. But there was a period in the 90s where it really seemed like porn was going mainstream and you were going to have mainstream fucking commercials in the middle of your goddamn porno, right? Fortunately, that never happened, but it got really closer. I don't know how old you guys are and how old you were in the 90s, but man, there was a good 2 years, like 2 Jenna Jameson years where this is the next biggest stars coming from the world of pornography. This is incredible. What a crossover, right? And that was a thing for a little bit. And then it went away with gonzo porn because gonzo porn ruined everybody.
I think I just stumbled upon that thought,
Randy.
Who was that porn star who was on CSI or SVU or one of those shows? And they were like, she's a serious actress.
That's ironic.
What's her name?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and they were like, and there was legitimately some people who knew her from movies, and they probably didn't know her previous career. So you had to imagine that there were kids who were like 15 years old watching TV, being like, I want to see her boobs, and you'd be like, have I got a fucking video to show you, buddy? Like, were you aware that she took a Toyota Tacoma in the anus? Yeah, it was a commercial. I fucking saw it, man. 4 years ago before she was on there with Ice-T.
That would be impressive.
It fucking was. But then you had like people that weren't mainstream, but they were household names. And then you had someone like Christy Mack, that a lot of people knew who she was. And she had no business being outside the porn industry. That's all she was known for. She just did so much fucking porn that she made her name somewhat household. And I am surprised to this day that she did not turn what happened with War Machine into a PR stunt. Just come out,
War Machine, that's
post fucking...
I didn't even know who the fuck you were talking about.
Yes, come out 6 months later, right after she gets her jaw fixed and her nose realigned for the third time, and just be like, all right, boys, you know what? Today, I got a video, and I'm only fucking 12 guys who used to do MMA. My boyfriend's in prison. He can't get at me now.
Randy, do you know this story? Have you heard this?
Yeah, I remember that now. Man, he beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
That was awful.
She definitely did not need to get the shit kicked out of her like that, but she also didn't need to invite him over while she was fucking someone else, knowing that he would freak out.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yo, I think the dude got the shit kicked out of him.
He did. He almost died.
Wow. Holy shit.
Can you imagine you're just having some sex with, some rando and all of a sudden a fucking UFC fighter pops in?
It doesn't happen to you often, Flo. You're having sex with some rando
from the
and
top of the cage,
and your significant other walks in.
Nah,
Flo,
man,
again? We're doing this again, Flo. Didn't we have a fight about this last week? Didn't I kick your ass already?
We just got finished with jujitsu, and look where I find you.
Like,
I'm snapping your arm in an arm bar.
Oh god, that's horrifying. Like, just imagine, like, the lights are on, you're hooking up with this super hot tattooed chick. And then, like, imagine if you didn't even know she did porn. You're just like, she does amazing things. Like, holy shit. And then someone walks in the room, and he just pure rage and winstraw. And this motherfucker's like, you're dying tonight. And you're like, oh my god, I know who you are. Oh, I know who she is. Oh my god, I got a fucking porn star. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Fuck.
Do you think?
Do you remember how pissed off he got over the 7-Eleven lady not giving him a Slurpee?
Fucking War Machine.
Did you see that video?
No.
So he goes into a 7-Eleven with his hood up, and he doesn't want to take his hood off, and he's just trying to get a blue Slurpee, and he records this like 7-minute, because he had a pretty active YouTube channel. It's just this like 7-minute video of him like, this bitch wouldn't give me my fucking Slurpee. I just want my Slurpee. I'm not taking my hood off. Like, it was the craziest roid rage shit I've ever seen. So that's him getting refused service at a convenience store, much less somebody like going to Pound Town with he's probably like the love of his life. Is he dead now or what's going on?
I don't know, but I'm thinking about the guy whose ass he kicked. Like, what if he was about like to come and he got his ass kicked? Now he's like Merlogic and only get off. Like Merlogic will get off the Wonder Bread.
For life.
Yeah. Now he needs somebody to kick his ass so he can come.
He's got to hire ex-Navy SEALs to come in. It just keeps getting more intense. They're like swinging from ropes and helicopters.
Yeah.
I want you to hit me in the back of the head with the stock of your rifle as hard as you can within 4 seconds of breaching the door with C4 explosives.
Yeah, let's try putting a knife to my neck tonight, buddy. Let's see what we can do there. So, all right. So, anyways,
make sure that gun is loaded when you point it at me.
Okay, Dick of the Week. Sorry, we completely derailed this. I'm sorry.
No.
I have like an addition for Dick of the Week. You guys know Ethan Klein, right?
H3H3.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
So he's just a slimy snake fuck, but he I don't know, like there's a whole bunch of drama and bullshit surrounding it, but he had a podcast called Frenemies with Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas is just a hot fucking mess.
Oh yeah,
she's so fun to watch. But have you reviewed her OnlyFans? That might be your next thing.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just beautifully, artful content.
Give me 2 minutes and I'll post the 2 videos that I got. Hang on.
Okay.
He's got to go into the deep cave for that. But yeah, he was like, he made this huge video talking about the situation and just the way that he was saying things. Like, he wouldn't, outright call her a liar or outright call her irresponsible, but he would kind of like talking out of the side of his mouth be like, that's Trisha Paytas, that crazy fucking bitch that talks about how many STDs she has and stuff. And just kind of like undermined her credibility without just coming out and saying it. It was just in a very weird way. And I'm pretty sure that I don't know what the structure was, but I know he controlled probably all the money.
Okay.
And I don't know if
Josh went into this. Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, so what it is, he set up the podcast, and in the beginning, she kept complaining that, so they did the podcast, and she was getting no money, but she was getting exposure, okay, which is, the brilliant LA word of the year, right? But Ethan also controlled the Clips channel. Now, at the time, in the beginning, it was only bringing in $30 to $50 a month in AdSense. Well, as the Frenemy podcast blew up, it was pulling in serious fucking bank. And she kept asking him, like, on air, be like, hey, how come I'm not a part of this? And he's like, well, it's just not a lot of money compared to what the other stuff is. Don't worry about it. And he kept blowing her off. But the other thing is he kept all the people on staff he hired, and he knew them. And she had no say-so of the people he hired.
Trisha Paytas has a fucking pink Rolls Royce, so it's not like she's hurting, but it's just,
Yeah, that's the point. It's principle.
Somebody cue up Hava Nagila.
God, the internet people are fucking crazy.
Yeah, now you can go back to how they split. Go ahead, I'll be quiet.
Well, I would if he was some other thing, I'd make a joke regarding, if he was from Nigeria, I'd be like, upgrade your email filters or some shit. But yeah, he whatever the real reason is, there was just a bunch of back and forth. I mean, I think Trisha accused him of being like pervy or something. I mean, that's kind of like a crazy accusation to make. But yeah, there's so much specific stupid shit that I don't want to bring up because it's probably all lies anyways, but they went back and forth at each other. But H3H3 back in the day, he committed the unforgivable sin of snitching on Keemstar and basically got Keemstar's sponsorship with G Fuel taken away. And, I don't give a fuck about Keemstar that much, but he like called somebody and, said, just kind of, I hate that deplatforming and censorship and shit. Keemstar, probably overall a negative impact on society and life as we know it. And, he may be responsible for Etika's death, but whatever. He still doesn't, I just hate snitches, honestly. Like,
they get stitches.
Come at me head on, attack my personality or credibility or whatever, but don't go calling YouTube and calling people that are, not that we have sponsors, but to call someone sponsors. Yeah. It's just kind of like lame shit. Anyways, that's my dick of the week. Fucking Ethan Klein.
Okay. So we got Ethan Klein and
then
I love
we got and respect Israel.
This fucking guy, Ziona Chana, with all his wives, and then he died. Like, oh, well, God, I wonder how that mess is gonna. Okay. So Ethan Klein sucks. Right? That guy's a dick. But listen, when you have 39 wives, 94 children, 33 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, right? And then you die, was this guy rich? Like, how are these people getting taken care of, right? He's a dick for dying, I think. I think he's a dick for dying.
4,000 followers there, giving him some tithe.
Yeah, I would hope so.
10% rim.
Holy, oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, I forgot. Yeah, so if tithing's 10%, so maybe he's got money, so they're probably taken care of. Okay.
Now, Rem, have you not been giving the Lord his due?
Not this week. Maybe next week. All right.
Sounds like you haven't.
I think that's. Oh, I got to play the sound, don't I, Randy? Because he's got to get paid. All right. So we Ethan Klein and the 94 Wives guy.
After much deliberation, the incredibly handsome expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to
Ethan Klein because he's an internet asshole. Like, fuck that guy. For real. Like, I hate people like that. Flo, who do you think?
He's already got way more money than he needs. Why can't he just split that? Nobody's watching that shit for him, bro. Mm-hmm. They want to see the train wreck of Trisha Paytas.
That's right.
And we love her.
Yeah.
She's a strong, independent woman, and she should just continue doing on her her storytelling. Oh my God. She uploaded 3 40-minute videos about this situation. Oh, Joe, you're loud.
Joe, you okay? Did you fall down the stairs?
I was getting Tupperware for my food for tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Rocket.
Joe's actually an assassin, so he was probably like pushing someone down the stairs.
I say Dick of the Week is Ethan and Hila. And let's not forget, and Hila, his wife, because after they did that whole internet censorship fundraising bullshit, that they spent the money on the lawyer and said they were going to reinvest money into the fund for any YouTuber who got sued, falsely by DMCA or all that shit. They were going to come together as a community. And then they turned around and bought a house for, what was it, $2.7 million, wasn't that it? Yeah, that alone makes you Dick of the fucking decade. That you played on internet censorship at a time when YouTube was getting wrecked by these lawsuits. And everyone got behind them because them and Keemstar were like the top of the heap of people that you could probably get behind to have some movement with Susan Wojcicki to step away from her Franzia box wine long enough to just stop wrecking people's careers and livelihoods. And he turned around and bought a fucking house with the money. Fuck Hila and fuck Ethan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and then he actively censored somebody or tried to deplatform them.
Yeah, seriously, fuck that guy. My God, Randy, who's our Dick of the Week, Randy?
I gotta go with the wise guy.
Yeah,
the wise
guy. Because he's a dick. I think you're right. He's a dick for dying. Because what are they gonna do? Was there a plan in place? Did they plan for this? Like, I don't know how you handle that.
Yeah.
Who takes the power now? Like, it'll probably go to a committee, and now the whole operation's gonna fall apart. And that's there you go. Like,
maybe
you lose.
one of his sons can just like take over.
Oh, that's gross.
He doesn't have to marry his mom, but he can marry
Yeah, Jesus.
Dude, so this guy is laying on his deathbed, looking back at his life. Could you ever imagine that across the fucking globe, 4 assholes would be talking about if he was a bigger asshole than some other dude?
Well, I'm sure he did.
Like, I mean,
he's like,
so weird. Like,
in 3 weeks, they're going to be talking about me on the Rich Dickman Show.
No, imagine if all his sons all took 39 wives. And had 93 kids.
Oh, so then we're overpopulating the world with this asshole's genes. We don't need that shit. But think of all the Valheim farming they could do, Randy. All right, let's get into some thinking with your Dickman.
You want segments? We've got segments. It's Thinking with Your Dickman.
Okay. I'm just seeing this now, so I'll do my best. All right, so Jacqueline writes into us here at the Rich Dickman Show. I've been posting to my OnlyFans for about 6 months and have seen the numbers steadily grow. It's nothing major, but I'm bringing in a couple $100 extra every month. I mostly post pictures of me lounging around in lingerie, but take requests. That's the part really taking off. It's very profitable, but I also get some odd requests. For example, I just today got asked to pass a piece of floss through my nose so one end is coming out of my nostril while the other is out of my mouth. It's not impossible, but it's definitely unique. Last week, someone wanted to see me squish a banana between my toes. 2 weeks ago, I was asked to fart in a Ziploc bag and mail it to them. So before this gets out of control,
that's a little weird.
How can I set guidelines on what I will and won't do? How do I tell people my limitations? I want to make a lot of money, but I also don't want my friends and relatives to lose respect for me if they find my page.
Like, isn't that just a fucking foregone conclusion? You're selling your body. I mean,
well,
if they find that, is it gonna?
Depends on your family structure, right? Some people are very supportive of that, and others aren't.
So let me pose a question to you guys. You guys both have significant others. There was a story I heard about this girl that started like an empire, and she does this type of work, but she's never, I don't even think she's in her underwear, but it's just pictures of her feet. Now, and she was making $5,000 a month, and she started hooking up other girls with it. Yeah. Wow. So if your wife came to you and was like, look, I've been selling pictures of my feet online, but now it's worth $5,000 a month. Either your wife or if you had to hire somebody, would that be a factor for you?
I got to redo my basement
I
flow.
think that'd be impressive.
Yeah, because $5,000 a month is a lot of money. All right, like
it's
I'm
just
paying
feet too.
Yeah,
I mean it's
just feet. I'm paying my mortgage. We're redoing the basement. We're putting a new roof on the house. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, sell more feet pics. Like, what do you need help? Do you want me to get some porridge for you to squish your feet in? Like, what do you need? Yeah.
And then, like, if somebody came to if you had to hire somebody and they told you that, I'd be impressed. I'd be like, shit, get the bag.
Yeah.
Wasn't this an episode of King of the Hill when Peggy like to bail Hank out of jail or something?
Wasn't that Tupperware? Oh no, that was something else. Sorry.
That was F is for Family.
Oh yeah.
Peggy had the really large feet, and people were into it.
Yep.
As far as, did you say her name was Jacqueline or
Jacqueline?
Something like that? As far as Jacqueline is concerned, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on how far you've gone at this point. Geez, like, I guess it would be kind of awkward if you had to talk to your family and you're like, yeah, I farted in a bag. You know, that's just a little weird. But the thing is, so one Christmas Eve last year, I was doing a Christmas scavenger hunt where there was a bunch of different challenges you could do. And one of them was to scare someone in your house by saying 1776 will commence again, like an Alex Jones voice. But the other one was to crush a Christmas ornament with your ass cheeks. And this was one of the very few times I've ever gone on camera. I had a mask and sunglasses on and stuff. I was actually wearing a shirt and tie, which is just cool because I like, everyone probably thinks I wear that shit all the time. But the pants were too tight, so I couldn't actually fit it in betwixt my butt cheeks. So I just kind of crushed it with my hand. But the scavenger hunt guy gave us what is known as a ninjet, and that is worth, I think, like $140.
Wow. Look at
I
you.
got 2 of those for doing the 2 challenges. So I've already kind of hoarded myself out a little bit.
You got paid to use your body.
Do what you're comfortable with. I mean, in my opinion, it's sorry to say it, but you might regret the whole thing. If it honestly has helped you monetarily, that's cool. But, it's kind of like your virginity. Once you start doing that, you can't take it back, especially it being on the internet. I mean,
yeah, internet's forever.
There's a flip side to this. There's a flip side to this where, like, I guess the guy would have to leak the DMs that you're farting in bags, and, like, wouldn't that be extra embarrassing for him?
Maybe.
Bad
guys,
breakup,
it could all be a setup.
How many breakups have resulted in leaked DMs?
Yeah, but guys,
but like,
don't shame.
OnlyFans is a little different.
Guys don't shame.
Anyways,
their sex kinks. Okay, because guys are proud of their sex kinks, and it's gross. A lot of it's just gross.
Yeah, just find out what your dollar amount is, because you can flip it around and be like, yeah, it was weird, but somebody paid me, $1,000 or $500 just to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe, what do you think, bud?
So I'll take the stance that my significant other came to me and said, "Look, I've been making $5,000 on feet pics, nothing else." So on that basis, I would have a fucking insane problem with the fact that there was something hidden in the relationship. But if you take that out of the equation and you just look at, hey, this has only been going on for like 3 days, things got really out of hand. I found myself with a group of people that really paid really good, blah, blah, blah. So then you're like, well, you didn't hide it from me. It was just the money aspect. The only way I might be okay with it is if it never went past feet. So it would have to be no face, no body, literally feet only, because I don't have a foot fetish. Like I can look at some feet and be like, okay, I understand the aspect of this, but it's never been my thing. So to me, it's almost irrelevant. It would be, it's not as...
Yeah, I even put the stipulation that, like, she could remain anonymous while doing this, as long as, she's not stupid, which, I mean...
Yeah, fucking women. But,
women will dox themselves in about 3.2 seconds.
I don't know. Like that would be my thing, is if it was strictly feet only, nothing else. But like and I don't know if this is rational, but if she was like, I want to sell my socks, I'd be like, nope. Because then like I don't know why. For some reason, it's not much, but it's slightly different in my head.
Huh.
I feel you on that.
Interesting. Randy,
have you guys done like DNA tests?
No, I'm not.
It turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
Hell yeah,
that
you are.
bitch.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm so like I just have a feeling in my bones that all that shit is just going to be used to track people later on.
That's why I won't do it.
The cops can already subpoena.
Yeah.
If I do it, I'm just going to do it under like a pseudonym or something.
Well, the government's not getting anything that they don't need from me.
You mean like the government phones?
I'm thinking about having my grandparents do it.
Might be interesting. But yeah, I get you with the socks thing. Maybe Joe doesn't want to disperse DNA all over the place.
Yeah.
Randy, I think there was like a 4chan thread one time where a woman was just putting tuna juice on her panties and selling them for like an exorbitant amount.
I believe it. And dudes would just eat it right up. Yeah, that's fucking. See, guys are just fucking
eating it right up was the right phrase for him. That's disturbing.
Yeah. It's awful. Randy,
just chuck that thing in the microwave for a minute. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
That's right. Randy, you got thoughts on for Jacqueline here?
Yes, Jacqueline, you should do what you're comfortable with and set appropriate boundaries with these people. Yeah, just you stay true to yourself and you do you, and your dreams will come true.
That's right. Yeah. All right. As a professional expert advice giver, I've been doing this since 2012, Randy. I don't know if you knew that, but almost 10 years. Jacqueline, it's 2021. All right. Everything is weird right now. So you need to take advantage of everything that you can get. And if some dude is willing to pay for a fart in a bag, and you are okay selling it, go ahead and get that cheddar, because where else are you going to get it? Right? It's easy.
I think you could also say, if you get an out of left field request and you feel weird about it, just wait, because you can always go back to the fart guy. He'll always be there.
Yeah.
He'll always be down to buy that from you. There's no rush.
The very simple answer here is you post it on your OnlyFans. I do not do scat. Right? I do not do toe fungus requests. Just put it right there. Boom. Right on the guy, front page. I don't do this shit. Boom. And so right out of the question. So whenever they ask, you're like, yeah, it's already there. I already told you.
That's good advice.
Yeah. I got the best advice, Randy. You know that.
There's also the time.
They're still going to ask though.
Like, isn't there the argument for, if you take morality out of the question, do you really want to be in a position in this economy with what is coming over the next 2, 3, 5 years with the economy, that you want to turn down the opportunity for $5,000? There's that argument. And I 5 years ago, I would have been like, fuck you, I'm leaving at a minimum. I might stay if you quit. But now,
oh man,
I don't know. I think it'd be like, you got 6 months. 6 months, you got a hard out, nothing but pictures. Like, if you don't even get gifts, you don't even get to wiggle your toe on animated. No, not even live photos. But like, I don't know, with the money in 2021, 2022, there's an argument to do it.
Yeah.
People might be thinking Joe is very puritanical, but he's a fucking catch. He mops, he folds laundry.
Oh yeah. I know that.
Does yard work.
And I only listen to voicemails from him, but I know that he takes care of his people and takes care of them well, just like I do. As I said on the low earlier tonight with you guys, like, the world has changed. The world is completely different than it was a year and a half ago. So you got to take every advantage that you can. If you can get past the morality and all the other stuff, you take it while you can get it, because nobody's going to give it to you.
Or you can do the honest thing and deliver pizzas, people. Do the honest thing. $1,500 in 5 weeks. That's what I'm saying.
You could probably get that one night in OnlyFans. Do the belly dance on your Randy, OnlyFans.com/Randy. Love it. I like that. You should do that. Randy.
Yeah.
I bet some of those broads are getting 6 figures a month. And if you added it all up, people buying them shit. There was one chick that was like, oh, one of my followers bought me 3 GeForce 3080. I don't know if they're TIs, but it was like the top tier graphics card that nobody could get because everybody was sniping it for Bitcoin and stuff. And she had 3 of them.
God damn. God damn.
Just have 3. I'm just going to piss on one or something for a video, for a request.
Those guys who like would go out and get the PlayStations when nobody else could get them, then just destroy them on cam. It's always fun. All right. Dude. We did have a voicemail come in during the show, Randy, so we can get some voicemail. Man, he's making a lot of money tonight. Lots of money tonight. He still gets paid for these, which I don't understand how that works.
Thanks for calling the Dickman line at 860-316-4776. Please leave a message after the beep.
Let's go!
It's voicemails.
All right, let's see what we got here. Who's
fucking egotistical nerds.
Yeah.
Yo, episode 165 is the best episode that's ever existed. Joe just picked it up for me, so I'm going to keep talking a little bit more. Randy's got a sexy haircut. Joe, I wish Joe was my husband. I'm sorry, I do. I wish I was gay. All right, that's it.
You don't have to wish, Flo. You could just try. All right, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. But you just took Randy's.
Dreams come true all the time.
You just took Randy's gimmick of leaving a voicemail during the show. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to leave a voicemail for NFHC. I'm going to tell him what's up about picking on you. Yep.
Don't.
Make sure you call them cucks. That'll trigger them.
That'll make it worse.
Call them like libtard mask cucks. Call them that.
Just doing nothing.
The funny thing is,
right in COVID shingles all over the place with their disgusting vaccine, just emulating out of their body, infecting everyone around us without consent. Fucks.
I don't even know who you're talking about, Joe.
Those blood clots are going to get him anyways sometime soon, probably.
I got you.
I have a good heart. Thank you very much.
Good, I hope so.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you have the best heart, Randy.
These are jokes, of course.
Yeah, it's all satire. It's a satire.
Terrible brain. Terrible brain.
That's why I don't take it personally.
But a good heart.
People make fun of me. All right. What am I missing here? There's something I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what. So, Randy, pick me up for a second while I figure this one out. All right, Randy.
Well, you're supposed to text me NFHC's number so I can leave them a voicemail during the voicemail segment.
All right.
Let's see. It is.
There you go. In the chat. Boom. There you go.
Oh, he put it in the chat.
Yeah.
480-788-7330.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. Oh shit. No, I had it. I had what I want to talk. So we are just days away from Connecticut being the 19th state to legalize marijuana recreationally. So congratulations, Connecticut. You're getting it done. Woohoo. And that's exciting.
Magic mushrooms are next.
Yeah. That's because
psilocybin.
Yeah. That's what I always wanted to try. But let's one step at a time. It's going to be super interesting how it works in this state. And I haven't really talked to anybody who lives in since Huel left, right? What being a newly legal state is like. But I know Connecticut. Connecticut's got they got an old population on one side and a young population on the other, and they're going to meet in the middle on this whole legal weed thing, and it's going to be fantastic to watch. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Hell yeah! I hope my kids' lunches are free like they are in Colorado, if they still even do that. Like, didn't Huel tell me, Randy, that like Colorado has no record? They haven't kept a very good track of all the extra money they made off of the tax of weed. And they lost some of it or just disappeared. Some shit.
I don't think that's accurate.
No? Okay. I might have read that somewhere.
I don't think that's factually correct.
I would believe it, though, because, fuck our politicians. They're all fucking terrible.
They're just, like, spending it on boats and shit.
Yeah.
Boats so and hoes.
Yeah. So if once Governor Lamont signs the bill on July 1st, it becomes legal, and they won't start selling until the spring. So, Randy, it's time to pack up. Grab your daughter, grab Kristen, get out of Ohio, come to Connecticut. All right. And
dude, my corporate office is in Stamford.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you. All right. Your corporate office is in Stamford, and we can start our own little business, right? And in the back, we'll set up a podcast studio, right? The Rich Dickman Show, Feel Good Dispensary, or whatever. We can workshop the name, but this is Randy. I'm telling you what this is right now. Okay. Back when we did Liquor Fueled, Fit and I had a dream. We're going to own our own liquor shop with a bar next door and do a live podcast every week and have bands 3 nights a week. All right. That was our dream.
Why every week? Why not daily? Why not do a daily morning show, man?
You can't do Liquor Fueled every day. All right. You'd have to be something
daily Liquor Fueled.
Yeah. Sorry. We could barely do it once a month. But we have a chance now, Randy. Okay. Ray of Sunshine's disappeared. I see him in Valheim, and that's it. It's time to...
Who?
See, exactly. Time to get out here, Randy. Come on. You can do it.
What?
Okay. All right. So, Flo, Euphoria, Joe Schmoe.
Move to fucking Connecticut into Rem's basement.
Yeah, can I Casey Kasem you? Like, where I live in your basement or something? Isn't that a joke?
What? Casey Kasem? No.
Casey
Kasem was a dead dog.
Didn't he live in somebody's basement?
Maybe. What are you talking about?
Casey Kasem.
I don't know. BoJack Horseman made that joke about Todd.
Yeah. God damn, Randy.
Todd lived with him.
Todd.
There's like a fine line.
Randy will be like, a task.
How much weed you can smoke versus how much you shouldn't, right? And it's like, once you cross that line, I don't know how we manage this one. Because you should see yourself right now.
He's breathing heavier too. He's just fucking entered the vortex.
Yeah. Wow.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to ride that dragon. Don't let the dragon lead you. You got to lead the dragon.
You have no idea what's going on at the moment, do you?
I am doing my best effort to keep up with you, but there has been so much said on this podcast about things I've never heard of. You guys, I am so impressed with your encyclopedic knowledge of this shit. Like I can't remember anything about stuff.
It's called peak autism.
Well, yeah, it's an affliction, but just imagine how much time you haven't wasted, going through forums and all this bullshit. Like the only reason I do Twitter is just for drama and shit like that.
That's why I used to do Twitter. I don't anymore. I barely use a fucking thing now. But yeah, I used to be addicted just to train wrecks. Like I love watching people just fucking crash and burn in their own thread, thinking they were right about something, and just turns out they're just self-righteous assholes. Oh, it was great. Twitter was the best.
You know my favorite thing to happen?
12 and 13. What?
You ever have somebody send like an interdepartment email to a bunch of people and then they start replying all and then like everyone says like, no, stop replying all. And then people say, stop replying, saying to reply all.
Yeah.
And then people start sending the Michael Jackson eating popcorn gif, and it just escalates from there. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, what's this? Turkey opens orphanage complex for nearly 1,000 children. Oh my God. Wow, that's
Turks.
Wait, that's a lot of orphans. Like, think about that for a second. That's a lot of goddamn orphans.
Did you want me to call NFHC and yell at Dylan?
No, you can. I'm not going to ask you to do anything, Randy. You can leave your own voicemails, right?
Okay, here we go.
You do on the oh, Jesus Christ! Not on the fuck.
What a load of wank.
Okay, here's Randy leaving a voicemail.
Fucking Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Put your headphones up there.
This is Randy. This is Randy from the Rich Dickman Show. And I'm calling because you're mean to Rim. And if you don't stop, I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to come out to Arizona and I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to grab you by the ears and I'm going to walk you in a fucking circle.
Oh.
He did it. He got, yep. Brought it full circle. You're good.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
I'm gonna grab you by the ears and walk you in a circle. I got people in my ears trying to tell me what to do.
Read the Bible to you.
Bullshit. Read the Bible. I have read the summary of the Bible. It's called "God is Disappointed in You." So It's a very delicious book, so I recommend it. Like they summarize each chapter of the Bible in like 3 pages.
Call them betas.
How did they summarize?
Anyways, yeah, Dylan, show up to episode 200 and rap battle Rim because he will crush you. That's in 35 episodes, so you've been warned. That is all.
Wow.
Well, Randy was leaving.
Good job, Randy.
I left you one. I left them one too to defend your honor, Rim.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right.
Flo,
didn't Joe leave a voicemail?
This week for this show? No, he did not. But he's on. This is entire voicemail. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the point where we plug your stuff. Come on. All right. So we have Flo Euphoria, Joe Schmoe, good friends of the show, On the Low, and Fuck Around Tuesdays. Joe, Flo, plug all of your stuff. Let us know where we can find you and everything we need to know.
Well, it's like a huge fucking list. So any mainstream streaming platform, just search Flo Euphoria and you'll find it.
All right.
Or you can Google that. I mean, so we're on a kind of a weird site called Odyssey, Odyssee. If you're down, go, set up an account there, verify your email, and then all you have to do is watch our stuff and we get paid. So that's cool.
Randy, set that up. Holy shit, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, you get LBRY, which is library
crypto?
Coin, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. You guys got Twitters?
Instantly, there's no oh, yeah, Flo Euphoria on any platform, it's all Flo Euphoria.
Okay. Joe, you got anything you want to plug?
Just follow Flo Euphoria.
All right, there you go.
It's all there, baby.
It's all there, Barry. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming on. It was a lot of fun. Randy, say the magic words, buddy.
Let's bring this baby home.
Thank you so much for listening to the Rich Dickman Show. We love it when you do, and we love it when you do, and then you come on the show too, like these guys. So thanks, guys. If you like what we do,
165 gang.
That's right. If you like what we do, you want to support the show, tell a friend, please. That's how Joe found out about the show. And if you like,
that's what my barber told me to do today.
Tell a friend about his barber.
He charged $35. He wanted me to tell a friend.
That's Jesus, just to buzz? That's crazy. $17, man. When you get out here.
No. He did. He went around with a straight razor and he talked great. Like we had great conversation, but whenever it was time to do the edges, he was serious and he didn't talk.
I don't want to talk to my barber.
I appreciate that.
I want you to cut my hair and get me out of here. I don't want to talk about anything. But if you'd like to see more of that, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/RichDickman. We got stuff on there. We got Liquor Fuels. We got some bonus stuff. We got the video of the show every week. So if you wanted to see the beautiful Sarah Starr, you could watch her on video like from last week, and it's there. Okay. But yeah, patreon.com/RichDickman. Find us online at richdickman.com for all of your Rich Dickman needs. Click the merch tab, get yourself some swag. Go to amazon.com/search Rich Dickman, and you'll find the Eat the Rich t-shirt. It's a beautiful t-shirt. And you know what? We should eat more rich people. Like the ones who find ways to not pay taxes. Because I got to pay taxes. Taxation's theft. Fuck you.
That's fucking right.
Everybody should pay their taxes.
What you need is a bunch of stock that you can just borrow money on.
Yeah, and
then pay it back slowly.
That's how they do it.
Perform oral sex on the rich.
Yeah. Yes. We should not pay taxes. I'm saying we should all stop paying taxes together. That's what I tell my kids. If you want to take your masks off, get all your friends together and take your masks off in class. What are they going to do? They're going to send you home? Fine. Fuck it. Who cares? We'll send you home.
It might put you on a no-fly list, but who cares?
My kid will be a terrorist at 13.
Obviously work for the left, right?
Yeah, right? Jesus Christ. Check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe there as well. And 165 with Flo Euphoria and Joe Schmoe. Thank you guys again. Make sure you listen to their stuff On the Low and Fuck Around Tuesdays, and just search, like he said, search Flo Euphoria. You can find everything. Listen to our friends, please. Who Gives a Shit with Adam and Crippled Jesus. Love them. And you can listen to those other guys, Not Female Consumption Podcast as well. RichDickmanShow@gmail.com or at Rich Dickman Show.
The challenge was laid down.
Yes, it was.
You're going to smack it down.
Beta!
Find executive producer Randy at Sir0 with an E, or email him Sir0 with an E @gmail.com. Producer Ryan is at Ryan TRDS. My mother's at Rem_Mama. And of course, I am at Rem Dickman. Randy, if somebody wants to join the show live with us, how do they do that? Also, please tell them how to leave a voicemail if they so choose.
If they want to join us live Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, they can go to bit.do/TRDS1. That's bit.do/TRDS1 and give us a call on the Dickman line or a text at 860-316-4776. That's 860-316-4776.
I learned that you gotta give phone numbers slowly when you leave them a voicemail. I learned that because otherwise people don't write them down in time or they forget. But anyways, hey, Flojo, thanks again.
Or their Siri doesn't transcribe it if you're using an iPhone, because fucking Android is still using SMS, and most of the time they don't have visual voicemail.
Ray of Sunshine, Android sucks. We'll see y'all next week with 166. I don't know who's coming. We'll figure it out. Hey, it's a new guest host every single week. Love you guys. Thanks again. Good night.
Amazing.
See ya. Boosh.
We gotta, you know what we gotta do? We gotta coach the definitely not main host before the show. Say when we sign out, you need to say see ya. That way you don't have to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that. Put that in the notes next week. Joe, are you still there? Can you say see ya?
I'm not gonna
see ya.
All right.
We'll fix it in post. We'll do it live.
Fix it in post. All right.
And we'll do it live at the same time.